Hello and welcome to ThePrint. Today we have with us the custodian of the Mysore royal family as well as the BJP's candidate for Mysore and Kodagu. Thank you so much for talking to us.
My pleasure.
Mr. Yaduveer Wadiyar, this is your first, stint in public life. What brought you to this elections?
Well, I mean, primarily, it's our inspiration is the Prime Minister. I believe the work he's been doing over the last 10 years has changed the face of the country, has changed the environment in the country. Everybody is now looking forward to the Viksit Bharat 2047. Building that golden age of India again has been the aim of the Prime Minister, and we must all join in this effort.
Your late father, Mr. Shrikanta Datta Wadiyar, too, was in politics. Did you draw inspiration from him to enter politics?
Certainly, his means of conducting himself in the political field and then balancing the palace heritage as well was very much done in a very, at the time, in a balanced manner. And that will certainly be an inspiration for us as well to go forward, because both are important to the people of Mysore and Kodagu. Our heritage is important, as well as bringing in the relevant development today.
This is, also a very, they call this quite a challenging seat as well. So, what are you going to do differently? How are you going to, approach the people? Because, they look at you as, someone from the royal family. So, how are you going to actually, percolate into the masses?
Well, Mysore, the erstwhile ruling family of Mysore, has always had a very emotional bond with the people of this state. They know that even though, yes, there is a royal background, we have always worked for the welfare of the people, and the many contributions all around us are testament to that. Uh, a palace isn't a limitation, it is actually a means by which your horizons are broadened even more. And we have already mentioned that in the avatar of an MP, if we are elected, our office, etc., will be outside and will be much more approachable in case they feel that the palace is not an approachable place. And I've said that I don't consider it my office, I consider it the Karyakarta's office or the people's office. And they're certainly welcome to present their opinions there, their problems there, and perhaps even their advice on how to solve the issues.
There was also some talk that this is a king versus common man sort of a fight. How do you react to these
I
statements?
mean, obviously, there are many narratives that the opposition will try to bring onto this election, but in front of the constitution, by means of law, there is no such special status to anybody in India. Everybody is on equal status and equal bearing. And when we come out onto the field to win this election as well, there is equal facilities available to all of us. The same arena is available to me as is to the other candidates. So I think those narratives fall short when you actually realize the truth.
So, what are the challenges you face so far, and what are the assurances you're giving to the people?
Well, as you said, the first challenges was that people had a perception that this is an untouchable place and then you can't come into the palace or something like that, which is absolutely not true. We are very much accessible and very much willing to be part of society, as my ancestors have done for hundreds of years. Furthermore, obviously, the many challenges will be towards covering what is quite a large constituency effectively and going forward. But I believe both Kodagu and Mysore have very distinct and very aligned aspirations. Both want their heritage to remain the same. Kodagu wants to be Kodagu going forward, and Mysore likes to be Mysore going forward. But they want development to be in an organic way done. Both places are heavily dependent on agriculture primarily. Secondary to that is the tourism aspect. Both places have this in common as well. So those things make it certainly much more approachable, despite being quite a big constituency.
Finally, so what kind of legacy? I mean, we've seen your father also dabble in both Congress as well as the BJP. What kind of legacy do you plan to leave behind?
Well, I look to be a bridge between the centre and our constituency. The development works and the many schemes and the many plans that has been put into implementation by the Prime Minister, those will have to take effect in our constituency as well, in a more in as efficiently as possible. We look to raise the productivity of this constituency much more so, and take up the huge chances that are here both in tourism and in the terms of heritage of both districts, as well as the agricultural advantages that we have towards becoming a more productive economy here.
Lastly, you've had, a sitting MP replaced Mr. Pratap Simha, who enjoyed a fair bit of popular support, has won the last few times. There's also a little bit of anger that he wasn't given the seat. Now, how do you, propose to reach out to his supporters, to Mr. Simha? How does this, how are you working there?
As soon as the notice for the elections came in, Mr. Sema called me and assured me of his support. And from my part, of course, I've assured my support for him as well. He has done wonderful work over the last 10 years under the guidance of the Prime Minister, and we look forward to take all that forward under the same guidance of the Prime Minister as well as his advice as well.
All right. Thank you so much for talking.
Thank you.